Do 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 do. Hey, Spade Adventures. Okay, welcome back to Metroid Fusion, where there's a time limit, and I actually have no opportunity to explain. I actually have to get to the ship. Where am I supposed to go again? I'm supposed to go down. Yeah. Okay. So let's visit the recharge room really quickly. I'm acting like I have time to do this. Okay, thank God it stops everything. Okay, well, I'm going to create a restore point. I know, right? I'm being all calm in such a deadly situation. Okay, good thing I checked because I would have been going the wrong way. Oh no! Good thing I wasn't planning on saving anyway. Thank you for closing the doors we don't need. That's actually very helpful. Oh god. Boss battle? Where's our ship? Guys. What in the world? What are you? And what in the world are you doing here? Um, Weakness is Ice Beam. You mean the move that we couldn't get? Oh no. Oh no. What? What do we do? Oh god. Oh god, we completely and utterly missed that move. Okay, that was on wait, what? Huh? She's saving us. Well, how are we supposed to do this in this amount of time? When you just keep doing that. Okay, well that's great. We destroyed it, but did we literally just die? Okay. Okay. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You know, if we didn't have so many loading screens and stuff, we wouldn't have to worry about this. Okay. Okay, cutscene, activate. Cutscene. Why is the cutscene not activating? Do I literally have to stand in like a specific place? This is ridiculous. Okay, so we end up losing a whole minute just for that. Not just that, but thanks Nintendo for another awkward spot. Oh my god! Yeah, there's no way because the cutscene takes way too freaking long. Plus I died anyway. And they make all these like twisty turns. Starting to wish I never went to the recharge place. Okay, so you have to go to like that point. Swipe me. It just takes way too long for this cutscene. Like it's been almost a minute so far. Oh my god. Okay, it's literally faster if you do it this way. Was that literally the final boss though? Why would you be driving that way when the out is the other place? I don't know. Oh, you saw both animations anyway. Well, that's interesting. That is true. Huh. He's alive. Doo-doo. Oh yeah. I forgot those were on board. That's that's it. There's really huh. See, okay, my opinions on the game. I think that Metroid Fusion was an okay game. Um, but I feel like the bosses they they were extremely obnoxious at times. Um, I feel like the most obnoxious boss was Nightmare, and then pretty much after Nightmare, there was like no trouble. And I read descriptions for different bosses after trying them a few times. And you guys heard me doing that. Um, but it doesn't it just doesn't make sense. It okay, the last the final boss did not feel like a final boss. The tension was definitely there. The tension was great. The time limit, it really gave an amazing tension once you got like the cutscene down. But even though the tension was there, there was not any difficulty level. After the nightmare boss, I felt like I had an easier time going through the game personally. Um, so in general, I guess you could say I did enjoy the game. I thought it was a pretty cool game. Um, not too bad. But okay, 48% clear rate. That's pretty good though. But will I ever play Metroid Fusion again? Most likely not. And because even though I had fun and it was a good game, not everything, it didn't feel, it didn't have that feeling to me. It didn't have that specific tension. It just didn't have it for me. Um, I mean, that's fine. Not not every game has its tension, um, or any of that. Not every game needs tension. Like I felt the tension was amazing though. Um, but the the difficulty it was hard. It was definitely hard. It was very puzzling. But when it when all is said and done, um, it lost me. And it wasn't because of difficulty. It wasn't because of like any of that. Puzzles were amazing. I got about half the stuff in the game, which is amazing. So if you're trying to do an 100% run, it's going to be longer. But I mean, the thing is, there was just certain things that at the end, I did not feel like I had a difficult time. I had an easier time with the final boss than I did um any other, like a lot of the other bosses. Now, of course, some of the bosses, like the first few bosses, that makes sense. I mean, we're all gonna have trouble with that stuff. Like if you've never played the game. But at that same point, um, I just I just don't feel like it was all there for me. And again, I'll look through the I'll look through the bosses and I'll tell you my rating 1 through 10 as I remember them. Um okay, boss 1. Um I I would probably like I don't remember boss 1, but pretty simple boss. Boss 2. Um that one had a very big annoying like big factor of annoyance. So I would probably give it 3 or 4, maybe. Um, Third one, probably more 6-ish. Security robot, I'd say probably 6 as well. Barrier core, I don't think we ever got wall jumping, by the way. Or at least I don't know how to wall jump. I didn't know how to wall jump. Yet I did know it was a thing. Um, so anyway, um, barrier core 2 wasn't that hard. Um, Guido 9. That was annoying. Um, Plant core that had so many hits. I cannot stress enough how many hits that had. But it was an annoyance. It wasn't hard. It was just a little annoyance, and I'd have to give it maybe a 4. Um, Nightmare. I don't know who came up with this hitbox. I don't know why you came up with this hitbox, but it is the most ridiculous hitbox in any boss I have ever seen. I don't know why you'd ever put a hitbox there, and I'm glad that the hitbox changed. But Nightmare, I'm giving 9.5. 9.5, 10. Remember, these are personal preferences. Security Bot 2, 4 to 5-ish. Neo Ridley. At first, not knowing what you are doing. Very difficult because of the hitboxes. Um, you know, but in a general amount of how fast I beat him and how I beat him, once I figured out that's all you needed, I think I only died like once. So Neo Ridley, no offense to any Ridley fans, I'd give him maybe a 2. Personal opinion. SAX, um, again, not hard. It wasn't that hard. All I had to do was jump over her head. She turned, would shoot her, and no harm, no foul. So, I mean, with its final evolution, which wasn't even that hard either, maybe a 1.5, 2 or 1.5. Omega Metroid, now without the time limit, 1. 1. I rate the final boss a 1 if it did not have the time limit. But with the time limit, depending on how much time you have, that changes everything. But even with the time limit, I would only give this boss a level 3 difficulty, in my opinion. Because keep in mind, I have never really played Metroid at all. This is technically my first ever time playing Metroid in reality. Even though I have 1 and 2 on 3DS, I never got past like the first thing. So it's not like I've actually played it. So keep that in mind, that this is coming from a first Metroid player experience. So what else do I have to say about the game? The game in general, I could not rate it against any Metroid games. As I said, it's really the first Metroid game I've ever played. But my general rating of the whole entire game, out like 1 to 10, I would have to give the game probably a 6 or a 7. And you might be wondering, okay, well, you said the bosses were, they were just kind of annoyances, not actually like too hard, not too bad. And they weren't easy, but they weren't hard. They were just annoying, because of specific key points that just made no sense. But the reason I am rating this game a 6 to 7, so we'll say 6.5. The reason I'm rating it this high, out of 10, is because the puzzles. I got confused a lot. I will admit that some of the stuff was very stupid, but there are so many hidden items that we only found 48% of 100. 48% of 100. Do you know what that means? We lost so much stuff. We didn't collect so many things. And yet we got so much. We got like 32 episodes out of this game. That is why I rate it a 6.5, is because the puzzles were pretty good, even though I got lost so many times. It was reasons of stupidity. But power-ups, I'd have to give them like 9 out of 10, because they were great. I loved the power-ups. I loved all of it. The thing is, though, I feel like the rest of the half, you needed the screw attack, which is probably why we didn't get so much. And it is true for certain things, but other than that, I'm not sure. But I felt the concept was good. I felt the different puzzles and power-ups were amazing. You guys heard me when with the discharge missiles, or right, that's what they were called. I thought those were awesome. I thought they were great. Now, power-wise, I feel like every game has its certain standard, and in some games, these powers would feel so freaking overpowered, but they scaled it correctly to where it doesn't hurt the game in the fact of do you think it's overpowered or not. It does not have that emotion to it. It does not. So that is my view on the game. If you've stuck around this long to hear my literally half of this video is my opinion on the game, my review on the game. So if you guys stayed this long, thank you very much for hearing me out. And you know, that would be the end of the video. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, quest, and all that Jim Jammer. And be on the lookout for Sonic Unleashed Xbox version. I don't know how long that game will be, but I am so excited because there are stages that I have not played because they were not in the Wii version, which still upsets me a little bit. But that's going to be fun. We'll talk about all that stuff, certain things that were not included in the Wii version. We will discuss that in those, but that's for that playthrough. So yeah, don't forget to check out Spade Gal's original as well for my original content, and I hope you guys would enjoy that and everything else. So, excuse me. So, if there are any other games you guys would like to see in the future, please do let me know. I cannot promise that I would play those games, but I will probably look into it um, at some point. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next playthrough. So, I'll see you guys